Hello, dear water tribe, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Welcome to your Waxing Starcast. This psychic tarot oracle reading is good for May 22nd through June 5th. Okay, so the entire waxing phase of the moon is how I'm structuring these right now. So, before we dive into your individual psychic messages, you see I've already pulled your stacks here. I just want to go over the highlights in the sky, you know, what's going on with the astrology, with the stars. And I'm going to keep it pretty simple. I'm not going to go too far in depth. I just want y'all to be aware of some of these highlights that, you know, I feel like are pretty important during this period. So first being, we have Saturn, Venus, and Jupiter, which have already gone retrograde. So, you know, just a refresher as always with retrogrades. They're really not as scary as, like, I guess the beginning pop culture sort of insinuated. Really, the retrogrades are just about pulling back, slowing down, maybe revising. You know, some delays sometimes can come up with, you know, whatever the planet rules, what they're associated with, of course. You know, sometimes retrogrades can bring back past relationships. They can ask you to revisit some old patterns or experiences, stuff like that. They can also be more, in my opinion, from what I have observed as a professional and whatnot, is they can be more impactful because they are generally closer to our Earth, you know, our system. So their impact can be a little bit stronger too. So there you have it. Just so you're aware, May 28th is the next time or thing happening that I want you to be aware of. Mercury moves into Cancer. So Mercury in Cancer on this day. What does that mean? I felt like this one was important to share with you guys because I feel like collectively, intuitively, for all of humanity, that this, in combination with, you know, the other happenings that are going on astrologically, I feel like this is going to bring more disclosure to everything that is spiritually related, things that have been hidden, psychic related abilities, materials, you know, sacred materials. Also extraterrestrial, anything that is extraterrestrial related. I feel like there's more disclosure and transparency that can come, that may be communicated to us collectively during this period in Mercury, you know, with Mercury being in Cancer. And like I said, there's other things going on too, I feel like, that are bringing this about as well. I mean, we got the Jupiter retrograde, sure, but then we have on June 5th, Sagittarius, the lunar eclipse happening in Sagittarius. And the nodes of the moon, if you don't know already, some of you may, but the nodes of the moon are shifting. Okay, they're moving from Cancer, Capricorn to Sagittarius, Gemini, or Gemini, Sagittarius. And so that's kind of changing the direction and collective purpose and destiny of the world, you know, of society. And we're just looking at a different aspect of ourselves and what the appropriate direction is to take, you know, with this energy shift. So there's that, you know, Sagittarius is the philosopher and is ruled by Jupiter and all these things that I feel like in collaboration with this Mercury in Cancer that's happening at the end of May here, it's definitely going to bring about more information, on spirituality, psychic phenomena, like I said, extraterrestrial stuff, and even stuff that has to do with our moon. Information perhaps withheld about our moon and perhaps some of the secret space ventures that have been happening there. So in my opinion, very exciting stuff, but that's just the main things during this waxing period I wanted to point out. Obviously, the full moon does happen on the 5th with that lunar eclipse, by the way. So yeah, let's go ahead and start with Cancer here. So Cancer, your psychic guidance and messages are, starting with the Oracle, vast vistas. Expand your horizon. Expand your horizons, Cancer. I feel like there's some sort of situation or choice that is coming to you that gives you the option to travel more, to study in a different way, in a way that, as it states here, expands your knowledge, expands your connections even. New environments and gaining new insights from the new environment, from the new experience. So that's gorgeous, Cancer. I kind of see some of you Cancers like sneaking away a little bit, or maybe exploring alternative information, exploring different places kind of behind the scenes, you know, maybe in secret in some way. For whatever reason, maybe you feel the need to do that, or you just feel like that's how you want to handle it for whatever reason, is sort of exploring somewhere, someplace, someone, even in secret, just keeping it discreet. Let's see what the situational card is and the influence. Ooh, okay. So 2 major arcana cards. Situation here, Cancer, is the Star card. Gorgeous. Okay, so your hopes and wishes are really, really highlighted during this waxing phase. How you manifest your hopes and wishes. And definitely there's an alchemical, energetic process going on here. And a lot of it I do feel like starts with what we talked about with the vast vistas. You know, expanding your horizons. You know, dabbling in new spirituality or methods of manifestation. I feel like there is something that many of you Cancers have been working on, been working to achieve, been working to see fulfilled, been working on manifesting, that is being brought into your reality, being brought into your environment, into your world, Cancer, during this time. So that is awesome. Something is showing up and finally manifesting. If some of you Cancers have been asking for a change, asking to shed some old part of yourself, old part of your life, stepping into new skin. This is very vulnerable energy, I see this as. Something really strong here about stepping into new skin. You know, the rebirth card is your influencing energy. So whatever it is that you have going on here, Cancer, it's not really necessarily changing who you are. It's not doing that, but it is redirecting you. That could be like a physical move, you know, traveling even, like I brought up with this. Simply just not consciously being where you were. And we'll see this as subconsciously using subconscious powers to consciously explore other realms, other possibilities, understanding that there are multiple realities that you actually get to choose, Cancer. You know, we have free will, we have the freedom of choice, Cancer, and that's actually quite a bit of power. It's like creating a bigger, more purpose-filled opportunity for yourself. And I feel like, you know, for some of you, this is incredibly, for a lot of you Cancers, this is incredibly rejuvenating. You're going to feel like a whole new person, Cancer, once this waxing phase is finished, I feel like. Also, pay attention to any Scorpio or Aquarius that might pop into your life during this time, because it looks like they can be influencing this, supporting you through this, nudging you in some way. I almost feel like there's something else to say with the Star card here, Cancer, but it's not really coming to me. So I'm just going to go ahead and move on. But, you know, my contact information is down below in the descriptions box if you need to consult with me further, you know, because this is all that's coming through right now. Moving on to Scorpio. Hang on one second. Okay. Scorpio, your oracle message here is stepping into power. You are strong beyond measure. I feel like this is coming out of the shadows for a lot of you Scorpios. Perhaps you've been in the shadows, looking at the shadow side of people, looking at the shadow side of things, looking at just the shadow for too long. And you're being called to come forth, Scorpio, into the light, into the night, into the light, under the light of the moon. Wean yourself back into the light in a way, I'm getting here. And that's going to put you in a much more powerful position because it strengthens your vitality. If there's been self-doubt in your own abilities, if there's been some feelings of loss of control, I feel like you're going to be reclaiming that during this waxing phase. And many of you Scorpios look like you'll find yourself with more responsibility and in more of a leadership position. Let's see what the situation and influence cards are. So 2 of Pentacles. Scorpio, it looks like there's a situation that is demanding your focus that has to do with a decision. You're going to be faced with a decision during this cycle. A choice. A very crucial turning point where you have to choose. Many options, many offers, I feel like can be at hand. There are many things you could participate in. You could stick your hand in multiple cookie jars here, but you are being asked to choose. And I do feel like, you know, there is this energy here of maybe juggling between two paths, you know, juggling between two situations, two relationships even. Almost playing two roles for a short time. But ultimately you will be called to choose between one of them. There is another water sign who's offering support or nudging you in the right direction. I feel like strongly it's showing up as Pisces with the 7 of Cups here. But it could be another Scorpio or Cancer. I feel like someone is showing up here, whether it be a spiritual guide in your dreams or actually, you know, a physical, real person showing up to give you multiple perspectives, to give you also a bit of a reprieve. Giving you sort of a step back and some sort of break from whatever it is that you are deciding between, whatever it is that you are torn between. And by giving you that reprieve, that little break, and kind of taking you into wishful thinking is what I'm getting here, it somehow broadens your imagination and your inner knowing, you know, your intuition, Scorpio, and then that helps you, gives you the direction or affirmation that you need. So that's lovely. That's very interesting. Of course, it'd be probably a good idea to keep a dream journal, as I'm seeing here. Definitely, I'm getting here there's an element of studying multiple options or studying multiple subjects, studying multiple scenarios. And that contributing also to your just spiritual enlightenment. More contribution there is always welcome. So there you have it, Scorpio. Moving on, Pisces. Pisces, here we go. Oracle messages begin now. Take your first step. All right, Pisces, this waxing phase is asking you to move, to launch whatever it is you have cooking, whatever it is perhaps you've been holding back, with it you've been working on in the background, behind the scenes, begin or launch. If you've been thinking about a specific journey, spiritual journey, spiritual experience, or an actual physical journey and experience, now's the time to start, to take that first step. And even in regards to relationships, Pisces, take the first step. Be bold and you take initiative. You can't always wait for someone else to make the first move or to make the first offer. Seize your own destiny. Okay, let's look at your tarot cards here. Situation at hand, Princess of Wands. Love it. Okay, self-discovery is the first thing that is coming up with this card. So during this waxing phase, self-discovery is big. I'll just scooch these around here. Self-discovery. You might be surprised how much you learn about yourself, about your energy, about your motivations, about your passions, how those things have evolved. During this time, it looks really inspiring. I see a lot of inspiring energy with this, Pisces. You're going to have that boost of energy to go for it, to take those steps, to put yourself on the map, to start whatever journey that is. And it really is essentially a journey of your own being, self-exploration. It does look like the influence here is it's a fire sign showing up for you. So it could be Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. I feel like Leo and Aries are ringing a little stronger with this. But it could be a Sagittarius, especially towards the full moon and lunar eclipse that we talked about on the 5th of June. So at the end of this waxing phase. But regardless, pay attention to that energy, yes. But you're being led to a different community, I'm getting. A different sort of community or tribe of people. I feel like you're going to be making some new inspiring connections during this phase. There is some sort of celebration and feeling of unity coming together for you here. I am feeling and hearing the words rite of passage. Rite of passage is coming through. Are you experiencing a rite of passage, just beginning to, or perhaps maybe going right into this waxing period? I almost feel like there's a test of sorts for some of you Pisces showing up. Testing your social or interactive abilities. And it doesn't look like a bad test. It's not like a negative thing. So, you know, don't be afraid, Pisces. But there's an initiative sort of experience showing up here. And the only other thing that I can see coming through here with just this information is connecting a little bit more to fire energy if you can. So, you know, that's connecting and more with the sun and with, you know, you can light candles like so. I feel like that will give you that sort of boost and light your path a little bit more clear during this phase. So interesting stuff. I feel like a lot of you Pisces are bringing like a new vision in some ways, a new vision, a new energy, a new liveliness to this, you know, group, to this social circle, whatever it is going on here. I'll be interested to know how this turns out. So share with me in the comments. There you have it, guys. So yes, share with me in the comments if you want me to keep doing these waning and waxing starcasts, and if you want me to do an extended version where we pull more cards and get more in depth. If you do want to work with me one-on-one, you can message me on my Etsy shop or email me. That information is in the descriptions box, of course. And take advantage, there's a special discount that I have going on now for personal readings, like big discount I have going on in the descriptions box there as well. So hop on that. Don't have very many spots. And yeah, there you have it. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.